everybody. I am once again your androgynous AI game host from the future, Nathan Blades. This is the Neoncast Twitch channel, and that is a hair loud in my ears, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. But welcome once again to the next sash of Phantom Arts Festival, Phantom Arts Fest. We've been having some, y'all have been, my fellow co-hosts of this session have been across some of the previous sessions with me so far. And how have you been enjoying these sessions so far? I want to hear from y'all. How have you been enjoying Phantom Arts Fest?
Oh man, it has been a wild ride, but I have been definitely enjoying it. Seeing, people have been really turning up for it, and I'm glad to see, because everyone's been giving their all.
Oh, the energy is absolutely amazing, both in terms of our players and in the people tuning in. I really appreciate everybody actually taking to this with such high energy. It makes me really happy. And we're going to continue that high energy into this session as well. We had some horror. We had some sentimental, emotional moments. We've had some cozy moments. But now it is time for some goofy bullshit. Because we are playing one of Will Yule's latest tabletop RPGs, Cast the Dice, as you can see. How about you give us a rundown of what Cast the Dice is, Will?
Yeah, absolutely. Cast the Dice is a 2-page micro RPG about goofy wizards getting up to all kinds of hijinks, being real bad at magic, but real enthusiastic about it nonetheless. It is a game where all of you suckers out there who have spent an inordinate amount of time and money picking up fancy rocks with numbers on them and other things can finally feel justified in your purchases, because the magic you cast is changed depending on the color, the shape, the all these different attributes of the dice, including many of which you'll see today, as we are all bringing our silliest dice to the table. I am super excited for this, because Cast the Dice really, brings the madcap energy, and I think this group is jet set for that.
Very good, very good. The other guests that we have today, you'll know them pretty well if you've regularly tuned into the Neoncast Twitch channel. They are frequent collaborators, and I love them both dearly. Everybody say hello to Tom.
Hello, everybody. I am here, fine purveyor of cheap webcams.
They haven't seen the webcams just yet. We're still on that holding screen.
Yeah, we have that dramatic reveal.
They'll see. We also have General Delight and Professional Goblin, Ruben.
What's up, everyone? It's me, Ruben, the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, tuning in.
What an upgrade.
Oh my god, mixed Prime Minister, you're so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were like an old guy or something.
No, we're a pretty cool country, and I like to joke. You know, the Netherlands. That's what I call my husband's beep, and then the censors cut me off. Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard working in politics,
I think
we
it's
have
cool
to
that you
reform so much, but there's a lot of work and gay sex to be done in Parliament.
We should probably move on before this gets litigious, huh? Yes. So before we get into, we have. I'm now wondering how complete the credits reel is actually for this, because hey, there's a lot of music, and I need to kind of resolve how I might or might not do that. So instead, we'll do that after the break, and we'll just move into some gameplay. Heck yeah. And then we can see everybody's dice tray zones.
Let's see. Did we introduce everyone?
I think we've introduced everybody. Well, I've not introduced myself, I guess, but those motherfuckers knew who I am.
Okay. And y'all probably know who I am, too. And so here we are, Born to be Kings. So Cass, I think the kind of inception behind this was the fact that I made a game called Cast the Dice, and full credit where credit's due, Nathan made this one-shot series, Cast the Dice, long before. We made two separate puns about it, They were doing cast as in, like, live stream, and I was doing cast as in casting spells. And I thought, what better thing to do for Phantom Arts Fest than to make a really obnoxiously complicated title? So I figured we're going to take some beloved characters of yore that have featured on this channel, throw them together in some, one of your modern media multiverses. People like multiverses these days. It's a trending thing on Steam. And see how it goes. And I think let's introduce the fifth character, Tom's webcam. Love to see you, Tom's webcam, even if we can't fully. The important thing is that Tom may have a webcam that can, like, has the quality of, like, a YouTube video that has Sandstorm playing in the background from about a decade ago.
Yeah, 240p AMV, absolutely.
But we can see that die is blue, and that's what counts, folks. Okay.
I'll live in shame for this one.
I'm having too much fun ribbing you for you to be actually ashamed. But yeah, and fear not, folks, we're going to be reading out what all of the no, my friend. What all of
Man
the
down! Man down!
what all of the die results are. So stay frosty. Let's start things off. Let's see. Yeah, shall we introduce our characters as they start getting sucked in from mystery portals?
Ooh, okay. Let's. Shall I go first? Shall I take the first bullet?
Absolutely. Hit us with it.
Please do.
So we find ourselves on a pretty grey-looking industrial coastline. There is an oil rig, an oil deck on the distance in the horizon in the ocean that seems to be slowly burning and falling apart into the already incredibly polluted seas. And a man stares out, but the body of them looks pretty humanoid, but where the top of their head is missing, and instead a free-floating cube covered in cybernetics slowly spins as it looks out towards the horizon. Well, what a beautiful sight that is. Love to see oil fires at sunset. And the brightness of that oil fire gets bigger and bigger until it's almost like a solar flare. It rips across the ocean, enveloping this figure with like, well, what's going on? Where am I? And they are vanished from existence.
Could we additionally get a, like, title card, Gordian turns, now that the show intro is playing, turns to the camera, does a pose, and then could you read your loud proclamation to introduce your quote-unquote wizard?
Sure. Yeah, there is there's like a moment of zero gravity, as it were, when this kind of wave rips through the space, and there is like the body kind of like leans backwards as if they're doing like that kind of like high jump backwards leap as gravity kind of just goes in all directions, and it's like, don't worry, I always seem to land on my feet and things like this, and it freeze frames Gordian post-apocalypse techno mage.
Very good. I won't make you read the like text brackets. Create your wizard phrase.
Oh yes, there is that. I was like desperately trying to find that text in the document as I was ad-libbing, but it's too late now.
No worries. You did great, darling. Who wants to go next?
I've got an idea here.
Yeah, hit us.
So we zoom in on giant castle doors swinging open, revealing a hall of kings laden with treasure, with text from secret societies and fallen civilizations. We see throws and rows of people falling and throwing themselves at the feet of the shortest king you've ever seen, wearing a beautiful crown made of diamonds. There are gargoyles perching from the top of the crown that each hold giant emeralds. It might even be a certain Echidna's emerald, don't tell him.
Oh no.
And he adjusts his crown to stop covering his eyes, and he looks dastardly directly into the camera. And then there is a loud knock on the door, and he is shaken from his reverie, and it is revealed that he had fallen asleep on the toilet. And he says, "Hey, I'm busy!" And before he could even say that, before he can reply, the would-be requester of the porcelain throne, it starts flushing of its own accord. And
I was hoping this would happen.
down and down is this short king sucked into what he fears is going to be a sewer, but was, in actuality, a portal into another world.
Oh, you hate
Enter.
to see it when the shortkins sucked like that. Ugh.
Enter Kim the Dokaibi.
Oh man, it would be so funny if the place we were taken to was a sewer in another world. Dash, do you want to go or shall I?
Absolutely, I'll give it a crack as the camera presumably switches to the dystopian, dark Victorian era city of Strasval, isn't it?
Duskfall, yeah.
Strasval, if I'm getting pronunciation correct, yes. As etheric lights play over a small building by the dockside. As you'll see, a rather scruffy-looking street witch. Go by the name of Dash, who looks like she's had a relatively unfortunate experience recently, as demonic traits riddle across a rangy human form, and a very oversized witch hat sits upon her brow, chanting various incantations and eldritch runes appearing in the air, which probably wiggle in a way that just can't quite settle correctly in human vision. And then with a sound that sounds akin to a cow being torn in half, a rent appears in the air. And she'll go, nuts, Dash just miscalculated. No, everyone down! And she'll disappear with a pop through this malign portal.
Dash?
Landing.
Dash, where'd you go? Oh my god. We'll have to find her, lads. It's fine. We'll find Dash.
So, do all of you know what an owl sounds? Not an owl, excuse me. What a cow sounds like being torn apart? Because that was thrown in very casually, and I don't. Maybe that's just the power of the human imagination.
Yorkshire is a lawless place. Well,
Absolutely.
The horror.
No, we only have drowning cows in the Netherlands.
Oh, lovely. Presumably it's when a canal boat goes straight through the middle of one of them. So we'll get a moment of our raggedy street witch spinning through space, landing on all fours like some sort of cat, wings half furled, ruined clothes in trails behind her as a little flash up on screen. Dashier Lockley, summoner of Smile the Widest.
And then finally, we have I think, pop star performance with a crowd that is, seems to be stretching on into infinity. Man, you could not believe if I was not worried about getting this VOD ripped off of YouTube, I would be playing an instrumental of Toxic right now. But oh man, it would have been so funny if I got like a Mario Paint version of Toxic. Anyway, as the camera like swoops forward through the crowd and we hear like, "I love you, Angelica," we get to the stage where we see one Angelica Dagger, supernatural superstar extraordinaire, busting it down and throwing it around, I guess. She absolutely has a like colossal python like wrapped around her. I'd say like draped across her shoulders is the term I'm looking for. And as she is as she's performing, she like bends down on one knee and like beckons forward into the crowd as we see like a faceless audience member going, "Huh? What? Me?" She brings him on stage and he like throws his arms up at the crowd, be like, "Hey, yeah," and then the python devours him and the crowd goes wild.
The python swallows the glow sticks too, and now they're two shiny lights.
Yeah, the python is now luminous inside. And I think as the crowd goes wild, a big pyrotechnics display goes off that functionally flashbangs Angelica, and she's just thinking to herself, "Damn it, I told them to tone it back. But wait a second. Where's the..." And as she like lowers her hands from her eyes, she looks around and sees only a white void around her. Looks down, looks back up, "Oh dear," and then absolutely does the Looney Tune thing of falling through the void. As she turns to the camera, does a pop star pose with peace signs, and you can absolutely see the glittering glasses and Lil Fang as Angelica Dagger, supernatural superstar of the future, has joined the experience. I was going to say fight, but I suppose we don't know if it's a fight yet. And here we get to our first choice. Where do we all want to come out in? We've got some, like, we could go somewhere that is completely original, or we could go somewhere inspired by another one of the Cast the Dice episodes. I, of course, would love to lobby for us to show up in a place inspired by Agents of Hue.
We've run a couple of Agents of Hue one-shots on the channel before. One of them I drank quite a bit in and no longer remember too much detail about anymore. But the other was one where we had a whole bunch of VTuber guests, and that essentially took place in like VTuber town. So if we all want to kind of, blend in as streamers in this new world, it would be actually entirely plausible with all of our character designs, honestly.
Oh man, that would be funny. Shall we?
Works for me.
Okay, so let's see. Where specifically in this spy, themed VTuber world do we end up?
So there is a giant entertainment complex slash casino called the Surprise Mechanics. That we. It was not a very subtle session. And there is like a gigantic billboard, like multiple like hollow billboards surrounding the building, advertising the hot new energy drink Slurry. It seems that the billboards seem to have a mild hypnotic effect, and various and sundry VTubers are walking like zombie-like into the Surprise Mechanics to gamble and drink inside.
I think Angelica, like, oh man, okay, can I get real quick, like, 3 words about how everyone pops out of their portal? Because I'm curious who's falling on their ass and who is appearing with excellent grace.
I think Gordian lands, like 3-point landing, but the cube slips out of place and he has to desperately like grab hold of it and put it back.
Very good.
I think Dash is landing cartwheeling through an alley, spreading explosion of trash cans and bin bags as she comes for a roll across into the street, sort of sat limbs akimbo, just sort of looking a little bit confused with probably various bits of food and wrapping sort of clinging to her overly long hair.
Very good. Kim.
Kim lands upside down in a nearby trash can, full mooning a random indoctrinated VTuber, shocking them awake from their addictive reverie.
Oh my god, you buy!
Go ahead.
He climbs out and he has a stray piece of toilet paper that he then utilizes. It is unclear if he took it with him or he just found it.
And I think, like, falling from the sky, since we are in this alleyway of this casino, Angelica is, like, pole dancing off of the supports for the fire escape as she falls, like, got real Montero music video bullshit. And then I think she, like, I kind of pictured Kim as, like, landing in a trash can with a trash can lid still, like, kind of on top of him, butt sticking out. And I think Angelica's going to land on top of that lid and just lock this sucker in the can unawares.
A loud gong plays as if just like a sumo wrestling match just started. You hear from inside the trash can,
Anyone want to lend a hand? Help! I'm attacked by VTubers!
Angelica looks down. Oh my god, a talking trash can. And does like Bayonetta backflip off of it, then sees Dash and Gordian and says, wait a second, I know you two. You're from that rival pop group. Oh man, what rival pop group is this? It's gotta be the Bad Witches. The Bad Witches, aren't you? And she sticks her hands up, and you can see like sparkling energy come from her hands as I'm going to try to cast a spell at the two of you. Let's see. Okay, so I am going to roll. Okay. So I'm going to roll 1d6 because these do not have pips on them. This is let's see, a d6 that has kitty cat faces on all of it, as well as numbers. And it is white, so it will have the element of illusions. And I'm going to try to dazzle you all with a dance routine that will make you all run away. Okay, I'm realizing I can't. If I roll with this ring on, it will fall off. So sacrifices must be made. and I got a 5. Now, here's the fun thing. I think there are 3 interpretations of die results here.
Mm-hmm.
There is an odd number, which is something good happens in line with my intent. There is a creature on here, which is that my inner animal, pictured, emerges.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also say this cat kind of counts as a round symbol, which means the opposite of my intention happens. So something good happens. I am not scaring y'all away, and my inner animal is emerging. I think, God, I'm now realizing my first action in this was to just go catgirl mode, wasn't it?
Happens to the best of us.
We're in VTuber land, actually. This is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, Angelica goes and starts, like, trying to do a routine, claps her hands together and throws them out, trying to summon a bunch of allies, or trying to summon a bunch of illusory copies of herself.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, she summons a bunch of other, like, catgirl VTubers.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second. What is... I'm trying to get rid of these posers, and you're not... Oh, you don't even know my... Oh, you actually do kind of know. Hey, wait a second. And the other VTubers, like, slap a... Oh my god. They slap, like, the cat ear headphones on Angelica.
Displacing
like,
the headset you currently have.
Yeah, exactly. Angelica tries to take them off, but they are too tight. This is a very cheaply made headset, so they're not coming off.
Well, I don't know if I know too much about music. There's a whole lot of the old music has since been destroyed. I have not managed to find very much of it. But, is this supposed to be a welcoming party of some kind? Gordian turns to... How tall is Dash? Dash is quite short.
Dash is very short.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
Sort of 3.5 to 4 foot sort of bracket.
Fucking gremlin squad over here.
Absolutely.
God, I'm now realizing that Angelica and Gordian probably look like the parents of Dash and Kim.
Oof. Sometimes a family can be a cube, a pop star, and 2 gremlins.
We can only hope.
Yeah, but turns to kind of Dash and being like, appear to be a little lost. I don't suppose you know where we are.
No. Dash fell through a portal again, I shall say. I do hate it when that happens. Pleasure to meet you. Oh my god, you haven't got a head. That's pretty...
Well, I got most of a head, like exasperately gesturing towards their lower jaw.
No, it's great. I love it, says Dash, waving her hands in the air in a sort of, no, don't take offence by it. Pleased to meet you, she'll say, holding out a mitt, which is caked in the sort of filth of someone who decides that washing their hands is definitely an occupational hazard.
I have a feeling a lot of Gordian is probably made of metal and doesn't really notice. So, yeah, there is a kind of like shaking your hand, some like caked bits of mud fall off, I guess.
Who's the talking trash can and the cat demon over there? Say, glancing across.
Yeah, that's some kind of technology that I ain't seen before. You are unsure whether Gordian is referring to the trash can or the pop star.
The lid of the trash can raises to show like 2 deep, radiant yellow eyes emerging and peering from within, and goes like,
Hey, I may eat like trash, but that doesn't make me a trash can, buddy. It's rich coming from a... Wait a minute. You look like a giant Playmobil. What's going on with your head?
I am.
Directed
The hat, it's a hat, says Dash, taking it off.
Oh, that explains why I thought I saw you before. You do look like a giant Playmobil. Or
Do
like
you-
one of those puzzle boxes that children play with and sometimes trap them into alternate dimensions.
So you're familiar with the kind of technology I have installed. This makes it a little faster. Says the kind of. So did Dash like remove the cube out of Gordian's head and is now holding it?
It probably had a quick look and then put it back.
Now in your hands, it like flashes in like warning, and then I think a spell auto casts.
Oh, hell yeah.
The, rolling this sci-fi story dice.
Okay, what? So that is
It
white
is
and
a
blue.
little like airlock in like a cyan color. Let's
Ooh,
see. here.
okay.
So we've
Let's
got
see.
we've got a blue that's probably closer to blue than green. It's
Mm-hmm.
water themed.
I would say that probably counts as both a round symbol and a boxy symbol.
The opposite attention happens, something good and bad happens. Sure. Yeah, I think it starts fucking going like womp, 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 like a fucking TNT crate in Crash Bandicoot. It sounds like this thing is about to explode.
I think there's going to be the here, this is yours, catch.
To whom?
I'm going to roll a dice and decide. We'll go for 1 to 2, Angela, 3 to 4, Kim, 5 to 6, back
to
to
me.
me, Gordian. So that is a 6, as we can see on the fantastic quality of my
Oh yeah, I can
think
just about see that that's a 6 on Pips.
just about.
Yeah, like a big EMP burst occurs, which I think definitely knocks out multiple like holographic adverts for Slurry in the area, and probably just people's like passing mobile phones and stuff as they were passing by.
Since this was water themed, would it be appropriate to say that like this was not just an EMP burst, but also like bursting out a lot of water to like short circuit the billboard
It's
and whatnot?
just the Pokemon move water pulse that occurs. And yeah, there's a big rippling burst of water that shorts out a block of electricity and knocks a lot of things back.
The two backup dancer VTubers inexplicably short circuit and fall over smoking.
Yeah. And of course, Angelica, looking very put out as cats do not like water. Listen, I've gathered there's some hijinks going on here. None of you seem terribly musically inclined.
Dash can sing, she'll say under her breath, sounding a little irritated by this.
Hey, you should watch me tear up karaoke night. No one stays, but I steal the show.
Well, it's good to know I'm not among competition. Except for maybe, and Angelica, like, picks up one of the... I'm just kind of picturing, like, robot cat girl head has, like, rolled off, takes
Fucking
one of them
robot
up with...
fortune.
Yeah, yeah, just picks one up by, like, 2 fingers, like, ugh. Except for maybe these. Throws that away. Maybe someone inside the casino knows what's going on. Or maybe you can win a tidy fortune to get our way out of here.
Fair enough, when in Rome and all that.
Yeah, casinos. Not a fan of gambling and drinking, but broke.
Not a fan of
Joel-
drinking, huh? Well, yeah, you look underage, so maybe that's for the best.
Dash is far more old enough. She'll lean over to the bin and start trying to assist Kim out of it while introducing herself. Slight look of mad glee in her jet black and gold eyes.
Yeah, you pick up Kim and he goes limp like a small cat.
Out.
Thanks.
Not a problem.
I'll buy you a beer. Don't show me your ID. I don't want to know.
I'm picturing Gordian and Angelica are already
Shuffling off. Yeah.
already shuffling off as I think we're going to transition to the floor of the casino. tell me, does this look like a normal casino? You know, what's the vibe here?
I mean, it looks like a mixture of like a regular casino, but also kind of like Mario Party style games. Instead of betting for chips, they are betting for JPEGs of anime girls.
Oh my god,
Damn, my
is this an
casino.
Hold up, an NFT casino?
You need to listen to that stream. It's very on the nose.
This is
Oh my god.
this is worse than I possibly could have imagined.
Surely a real life equivalent won't develop in like 2-3 years.
Looks directly at the camera.
Angelica like turns to the three of you and looks very serious. Listen, I can tell by the looks of this place that this houses a greater evil than perhaps any of us have faced before. Maybe if we can destroy this, we can go home.
But what if we win big? And then we go
Win what? Look
you know,
at them.
look at these things. Look at this hot anime boy.
Yeah, we cut over to watching some VTuber. They have like a big wolf tail and a really large like a fur jacket that for some reason is cropped to just below the nipples as these kind of croupiers are taking this big stack of like schoolgirls with odd colored hair JPEGs away from him, and he's just openly weeping.
Ash doesn't think this picture's anatomically correct.
These aren't riches. These are third-rate waifus for fourth-rate otaku.
Whoa.
This stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Arc Knights, please sponsor us.
God, no.
Look at them. They don't even have glowing gemstones on their throats.
Dasher will drop to the floor, sniffing slightly, and said, "Need to do something. Thermic residues high here. The walls between dimensions feel very weak. I think if we push in the right places, there might be dangers of things coming through. Something's weird. I think this might be a weird dream place.
Well,
It's far too cool.
if we need to settle in on the dream, I always find that when I'm going through my defragmentation cycles, I always end up stringing weird stories together to make all those bits make sense. And it helps if you're already making sense for the setting. So I'm going to try and cast another spell, specifically using a glittery die this time, meaning that there is the bonus element of money.
Oh my god.
Nice.
It's also yellow, so it's themed around electricity.
And this is also a pipped die, so you get to roll a second die
Ooh,
and
we
use
can
both
do
results.
Combination magic, huh?
Yeah.
Do I have an orange die? Shit. Ooh, let's go for one of these. It's close enough. We're also going to go for a Genesis D12. I have no idea what we're going to get on the other side, but it's a bit more orange yellow. I kind of want a wind electricity combo going here. A 3 and 2 upwards arrows.
Well, let's see.
It's an odd
a
number,
3 is
so something good happens with my intent.
I would say arrows definitely count as spiky symbols.
Spiky symbol, sudden destruction occurs. Okay, yes, this is fine. I like this. So the kind of like circuits on the faces of Gordian's cube head extend off the frame and just kind of scatter in all directions into the space, embedding itself in the texture of the walls and so on and so forth. And there is a nobody has. Maybe Angelica is probably the closest to understanding the idea, but what a sudden rush of altered data might look or feel like. And then suddenly there is like a handful of like slot machines on the wall kind of go off all at once with big sirens and awards. And this croupier goes over to Gordian, walks across the entire room, nowhere near the slot machine. And is like, congratulations, you have won the SSSR Rare.
I wanna cast a follow-up spell, but after you're done, see.
Angelica does go, the USSR? I thought they were abolished years ago.
We're bringing them back, baby.
In a place like this?
It's really weird. It's got antagonisms.
Angelica just motions at Gordian. He did just... I think he stole all of this casino's crypto, so I guess...
Ooh, does it look like this SSSR fucking NFT? It's just like a giant. I'm picturing like the giant keys you see in like the platform collectathon games on the N64, like a proper Donkey Kong Country looking ass key.
Perfect. Yes, this is a real polygon-esque model that was. God, wait, if this place is filled with VTubers, is the key itself a VTuber? Like, does this key have eyes like this is a freaking Banjo-Kazooie character?
Look at that.
Yeah.
As the key lands in your hands.
Oh god, it talks. We should probably go find something to do with this before I break it in two.
Yeah, Angelica leans over ominously and like pats the key twice, saying, "We're going to stick you somewhere real nice."
Sweat.
But
this key immediately starts sweating.
Oh man, let's see. But how are we going to find the core of this place? Maybe there's a vault or something like that.
Oh, perhaps Dash can find a guide. Let's maybe I can call something in. I'll say rubbing her hands with some level of glee. So let's pick a dice at random from the bag.
Oh man, picking a die at random does give you a bonus modifier. That modifier is plus respect from the table. Good job, Tom.
Fantastic. It is a vaguely orange and blue speckledy dice. Which will have a roll. And,
Interesting.
We get. So we have a 2, which is an even number, so something bad is going to happen. Oh, excellent. So,
well, because it had multiple colors, which do you want to pick? Wind or water?
I think we'll go for wind. So Dash in a sort of attempt to summon some sort of air-based demon to bring it through, and she'll gesture in the air and various symbols appearing before slamming a hand down on the ground, and a tear opens up in the very fabric of the casino that we're in. Wind gusting out, probably hurling cash and the various coins that you need to level up your SSR, because just having one isn't enough. You need all the resources to actually get it to work as well. And I think Dash probably loses her hat as it disappears off into the void, and no.
There's a sudden like, zzz, and it reappears back on your head again. Like reality has reasserted itself. It seems leaving other parts of the character model in separate dimensions is not possible.
But I think also, as you said you were looking for a guide, correct?
Yes.
I think perhaps the wind has pointed you in a good direction for which to place this key. Who is probably still going as it's subtitled like, please, oh god, please, no, I have so much to live for.
Think of my family.
And Dash, I think you get like someone taps on your shoulder.
Spin round.
Okay. What does a colossal demon from Ballad of Conjurers look like? Because I think the like entrance to the casino has been like kind of mishmash transformed into a real like medieval fantasy hell dungeon, which honestly we were kind of already in a hell dungeon, but now it's set in a different time.
It's keeping the thematic consistency.
Yeah, there are lots of the weebs that are, I think, flocking around the demon, thinking that this is another waifu, and then the demon just like reaches down, picks up 5 of them, and stuffs it in its mouth.
This ultra raid is pretty difficult.
I think I forgot to carry the 1 on that thaumatological equation. Says Dash taking several steps back and will immediately hide behind the near, probably Angelica, to be honest.
I wanna guess a spell. It's a big old demon.
Oh hell yeah!
I wanna use this guy. Would you this is translucent. Now I don't see anything about translucent things in
Ooh, interesting. I would. Oh man.
Would it be unique color? I guess weirdly.
Yeah, you know what? I like translucent just this once. I will let you pick an element, as that could reflect any color, as long as it's not metal or wood.
Gotcha. I think I'll go with white illusions.
Oh yeah.
So let's roll this shit.
Big ding.
That is a uno.
Oh hey, that is an odd number, and that is also the lowest. That's the lowest value. So, good news is something good happens in line with your intent. The bad news is it drastically backfires.
So what I want to happen is that the demon ignores us and starts, paying more attention to its like time appropriate sensibilities, so the medieval setting. But I think as a counterweight to that, the medieval cosplayers have organized a crusade and are now rushing in on the demon, screaming Deus Vult.
Oh god, and Kim, you also look like a demon. We all kind of look vaguely demonic. Angelica is also a woman, so she's probably also being attacked.
Yeah, you hear, get the smaller one first!
And then, like medieval era JRPGs.
It's probably the healer.
Yeah, medieval era RPGs aren't so much kind of like, oh, women are going to be assaulted on sight, so much as you are going to be a hero. You're going to either be a healer or a sexy rogue. Pick one.
Yeah. They're pointing at Angelica and going like, "Ah, the witch! She must be the DPS." And Angelica's like, "I mean, I'm flattered, but."
You're not wrong, but...
Doesn't even have a proper hat. What's his name?
Listen, we just met, she says, gesturing at the colossal demon. And then goes down to... Dash, you were hiding behind her, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Listen, dearies, we should probably go.
I mean, there's that mysterious wibbly portal to who knows where. That could be worth a dive.
Everything's better than this sweaty place, and I've not got nothing against sweating.
I think I would like to roll to speed us out of here. Let's see. What element do I want to use for this? We've been getting a lot of wind. We've been getting a lot of illusions. I'm going to use 2 black d6. I get to use 2 dice because they're pipped. Using black for element darkness, and I'm going to basically try to drop a spotlight on the big demon and leave us decidedly outside of the spotlight. Man, I sure hope nothing goes very silly with this. That is 2 3s, which is actually extremely good. That is 2 odd numbers, which means 2 good things happen in line with my intent. And it's not a 1, so it doesn't backfire. And that's all. So
It
hell yeah.
just works.
It's sometimes, once in a blue moon, good things can just happen in Cast the Dice. It can happen. So I think with that, yeah, drop that spotlight on the demon and let's see. I like the idea of each of us have a different way to navigate in the dark. Like Angelica's like diamond glasses light up like a night vision visor. I'm kind of picturing Kim's eyes start to glow, or maybe Dash's eyes glow.
I think Kim actually has a giant Dokaibi club that he then sets on fire. Shout out to Arcana Core
Shout out to Arcana Core.
that he uses to light the way.
Wonderful. A medieval torch, how appropriate.
Gordian obviously doesn't have eyes and is just running several different external sensors and parallel processing. So they're like, okay, fine, echolocation it is then. Like, whatever.
The key is becoming even more agitated in your grasp as now it cannot see.
It's a
People
lot
are
easier if
shouting.
you're not screaming. I swear to God, the first treasure chest I find, I'm gonna cram you with a keyhole.
Dash, I'm kind of picturing, like, unless you have a way you want to see in the dark, you might just be sitting on Angelica's shoulders.
I think that's probably fair.
Yeah, let's piggyback it.
Mhm.
Perfect. And so the four of us run forward. Let me get a... And I think we are going to move deeper into the casino as the casino elements kind of peel away and we find ourselves in some kind of like high-tech dungeon.
This feels more Tom's territory and taking the lead of what's here.
Yeah, Tom, please describe.
Ooh, some sort of tech dungeon, is it?
Indeed.
I
I
feel
think
the-
we're maybe getting like a mix of Ballad of Conjurers and the Morkborg session.
Yeah, Cage Star.
Indeed, I feel the you arrive in sort of a almost looks like an arena. The sky above being a mix of darkness and the huge celestial engine which hangs above the planet, casting a very weird, grim light across the arena. It looks like there's, I want to say, deactivated robots all in the crowd of what was probably once some sort of place of gladiatorial combat, which has since been left to rot to the elements for who knows how many centuries. But maybe there's a few blinking lights, which means the the automatic systems that run it may still be active.
Well, this is concerning, but it all seems to be offline, so I'm sure it's fine and we can just keep going.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's wrong, Playmobil?
I was here not too long ago, or something similar. Those robots are, a lot less sturdy than you might expect. I guess it's a little queasy making. If I was the kind of person to get queasy these days.
What, are they made of lactose or something? Speak up.
I think there is one of these kind of like old decaying robots is like littered in this arena, and it looks like it's just the chassis of the thing. I can't remember what Gordian had as a weapon in that one shot.
Like a built-in drone and a small pistol.
Oh yeah. The cube separately sprouts like 6 little spider legs and a little buzzsaw that comes out and like saws this like chassis in half, and as the pieces move apart, it's like a whole ass steak in there. It's just meat. TM.
yuck, 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 yuck. Dash will slide down off Angelica, grasping her head in her hands, going, 1001 dead eyes all staring at us. What is this? What is this?
I'm
No, I
hoping-
didn't write this scenario, asshole.
The the camera shoots back to the robot, and you see Kim's little body sticking out a bit. It's delicious, is what it is.
I'm guessing that's not Impossible Burger. Hmm.
Hey, you got some hamburger helper on you?
I do believe it's a rig worker reconstituted. Good for what ails you? Ugh.
Well, listen. It's not pretty, but few things in showbiz are. So, maybe, come to think of it, we can find one of these robots that is has a little wind-up function, and we can stick your little pronged friend in there.
Yeah, maybe we'll be able to find. There was a pretty big one when I saw him last. Although we did blow that one up, so hopefully it's not around anymore.
It's fine. Canon's meaningless. I mean, what? And I'm gonna cast a spell to see if I can find a big robot and one with a keyhole in it. And let's see, what would be good for that? Let's say, probably yellow would make most sense for electricity. Okay, good. This is indeed these are pipped, so again, I can take 2. These dice were from the, Tiny Dungeon 2nd Edition Kickstarter. So on the 6 side, they have a torch. I do not remember the rules of that game, so why do they have a torch? Don't ask me. And yeah, we're going to see if I can perform an electricity spell. Let's see how it goes. That
Oh boy.
went very badly. That is 2 1s. I goddamn got snake eyes. So this means that something good happens in line with my intent. Twice.
Lovely.
It drastically backfires. Twice.
So you
So-
found the giant robot.
I found the giant robot, and I get to turn the giant robot on. I think that's about where the good news ends.
Imagine the sound that sounds very much like if you've ever been on a roller coaster as it's winding, being winched up the highest part of the ride starts filling the arena as the floor shakes.
Sounds like a cow being snapped in half.
Suddenly pensive.
Okay, no, this is good. This is progress. Now we're just going to take a step back, wait for it to wake up, and then we'll just ask it a couple questions.
Those are a lot of big spiky objects and spinning blades that are suddenly coming out of the ground.
Don't worry, everyone. I got this under control. If there's one thing I know, it's how to, do this!
And then I want to roll these amazing metal dice.
Ooh.
It may be good to roll something that will, blend us into a different reality. Oh, those are some hot metal dice.
We'll see
Very
what
nice.
happens. We've got a 1, a 1, and a 1.
Seriously?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
How did you get to roll 3 of them?
Oh, I just threw them in. I guess I couldn't. Okay,
So,
should I
read
pipped dice let you roll more than one.
Otherwise, you're just picking one. So yeah,
Okay.
pick which one of those 1 results you want to get. Goodness.
It's both to do with metal and plants, I guess.
Ooh. Let's see, metal and plants. I think
Well, these are organic robots, so
these are organic robots, and I think. Ooh, let's see.
So what I want to happen is for the because Kim, despite being an absolute vomit goblin, does control the flow of fortune and has some control over luck itself. So I want fortune to to be restored to whatever bio slop constitutes these robots and take over control. But putting self-awareness back into just like a bundle of meat might not go so well.
The bundle of meat gains agency. Oh no.
I sense the sound of 1,000 screams from 1,000 throat.
God. Let's see. I think because this had a dramatic backfire, not only is this going to backfire in that way, but I am going to once again induce the blending of realities as the robots awaken and gain unfortunate sentience. I think the environment starts to jitter and shift, and let's see. That wasn't supposed to happen, you silly thing. Okay. The good news is that I think we've all got skateboards now. The bad news is that we have a bunch of killer robots, and I think like the floor is kind of like tilting downwards. I'm getting real like Sonic Adventure 2, like being chased by the
kind of thing.
Exactly. Ooh. Instead of being chased by a giant gun truck, we're being chased by a giant meat robot. And I do want to emphasize that I think the biggest robot is coming for us with the greatest fury, because it is currently being, like, it has the merged consciousness not just of the meat flesh, but also of the key, who we mistreated quite badly.
Oh, I was going to say, I'd love for the skateboard that Gordian's on to be the key.
Nope. Oh, yeah, if you want to do that, I think that's fun, too.
That works.
Just
well, I think it's probably...
sparks grinding across the pavement.
Yeah. There's, like, the, sound of all of our skateboard wheels, rolling across the metal tiles, and then as it literally screeches past.
I kind of I think it might be time to reach for one of my dice as well, as the floor shifts and we're all skating downwards. Dasher's dropped a couple of her chains that she keeps hidden amongst a person who'll be almost going Tarzan-like from outcrop to outcrop while grinding along the side of the arena. Spinning the chains away, she will attempt to throw out a spell, which I'm going to use my special Asterix and Obelisk 1995 Choose Your Own Adventure dice for, which
oh my god,
has five options, which is an unconscious Roman and drink a magic potion. Unsurprisingly, we have an unconscious Roman on green, so I believe that'll be plant element. And what should we have for an unconscious Roman? Is that going to be?
I believe an unconscious Roman does count as a creature. So your inner animal pictured emerges.
Which so in fact, as we reach an area, as the I imagine the arena sort of fracturing and this huge sort of hole opening up, suddenly bursting out from several vines and plants, constructing this legion of leafy Roman soldier demons, each holding one of the big sort of tower shields that they'll immediately put over their heads, creating an additional route for us to escape down.
Literal route, nice. And I think that is very useful, because as like the floor has kind of like dropped out from under us and tilted down, it is like only kind of partially constructing ahead of us, as we are having to do some sick kickflips to jump over the gaps from like metal tile to like suddenly, streets and asphalt start kind of merging in, but like piece by piece. And you know, we're seeing like storefronts starting to pop up on the side. These storefronts are all like Angry Robots Incorporated, Meats Warehouse. What are some other shops on the side here that are still themed with the killer robot element?
Lunkos Gunkos.
I was gonna say Buzz's Saws.
God. Also, Plunkos Gunkos is not fair because that is, I mean, you can't just name a real store. Oh, very good.
Yeah, that's the biggest supermarket chain in the Netherlands. We love to go to Plunkers.
All right, then I think. Let's see. So those routes are definitely giving us a clean exit, but how are we going to get away?
Listen,
Listen.
listen.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I got an idea. I don't think that these Roman soldiers, given their battle tactics, I mean, it's called the turtle formation, so it's not speed that's going to, you know, be the principal directive here. I think we have to fight. We have to face and fight this robot. But how do you fight a giant robot? You become a giant robot. How do you become a giant robot? With the power of love!
Listen, you're losing me on this plan pretty quickly.
Do you got any pink dice?
Ooh.
I actually don't think I have any pink dice.
Oh no,
yeah,
my entire plan is
Oh, wait, no,
I
hold
think
on.
I can do that. Hold
Oh,
on.
I do have pink dice, but I'm happy to let Gordian go for it
I
because
have,
Gordian using the
both
power of love is
bubblegum
funnier to me.
and Neapolitan ice cream dice.
Hell
Yes.
We can
Ooh.
use. I'm gonna stick to my theme of only rolling d6s unless it's a pipped dice to do dice fusion, because that feels very in character for this lad. Yeah, let's go roll the bubblegum die.
So it's got pink, white, and brown on it.
Pink, white,
Yeah,
and
if-
blue. In
Blue, okay.
If
bubblegum.
oh nice. If the die has multiple colors, then you pick one.
Pick one, yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm
We're
guessing.
gonna be picking love for this one, I guess. Don't know what that's going to do. But hey, we'll see if we can interpret. It's a 5. It's an odd number, so it's good.
Oh, that's good.
And it's not the highest number, so I don't fuck myself. Cool.
Bonus.
I yell at Gordian, preparing a spell.
Playmobil, make me a big boy!
I realize that it's probably going to get us clapped, but I think we need that one Jet Set Radio song for this if you have it handy.
Which one?
The the concept of love, the title.
Oh
of
hell
the
yeah.
feature. We need to have it very briefly.
Free love was.
Oh
something
god,
good.
you're
Oh.
right.
Yeah, and as I
Hold on,
in
hold
slow
on.
motion.
So we cast the spell by suddenly like a can of spray paint appears in Gordian's hand, and he draws out in like just almost only 2 seconds pass this really elaborate like spell circle in the shape of a heart, and the ground, or I think it's on a wall, and the wall kind of like crumples and folds in on itself, and multiple bits of like the wall texture just shoot out in long like ribbons and bolts and blocks and start attaching themselves rapidly to Kim.
As I grow and grow and grow, I struggle. Kim struggles to maintain stability on the skateboard that he's riding on. But after the transformation, it is done. He is a giant goblin riding a skateboard, and as he ollies off the last, or the first grass Roman into formation, he it tilts the shield up so he has a little ramp. He does a Christ air, performs the Holy Cross symbol in front of the sun in front of the Sonic Adventure Los Angeles sun, and a giant glow appears from his open mouth as he prepares a big fucking beam. Now, for this moment, I told you all before the stream began that I had a special set of dice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah.
So please look at the camera. Hey, that's Will Ferrell from the hit movie Elf.
Oh.
Why does this exist?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
so I got elf dice, baby.
God, let's go! Elf dice!
So I want this shit to be like there's a bit of red, so I'm choosing red for fire.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking go. We have a 4. Uh-oh. But we also have a round shape, the snow globe.
Okay.
So something bad happens and something opposite of your intention happens, and I don't know whether that's a double negative
No.
into a good or.
I cannot believe the elf die backfired. This is the biggest tragedy.
Who'd have
God.
seen that happen?
Okay, so
Man.
what I want to do is I want to fire a giant sunbeam out of my mouth at the robot. The opposite of that would be the sun fires it at me.
Just
I mean,
cook yourself.
You were trying to do a Christ air. Does this does Christ come down and take you up to heaven?
I think we get like a. So here's the thing: you're assuming that Kim is a creature capable of grace and therefore is allowed beyond the pearly gates.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be funny if gods smite me down.
Your heresy is
God.
putting. This is where all the Deuce Volt Crusaders are going to come smashing through a rift.
God, I think there's just like a, Kim invokes the power of Christ to compel the robot to die, and unfortunately, Kim did not have this power under their command, and we just get like a big superimposed. We get a big super. Man, this is such a stupid game. I have to do it. We get a big superimposed owl talon that just comes down and like splats everything on screen, and then just like swipes it all off. As we find ourselves tumbling through a black void.
I knew I should have converted to Catholicism like a good Italian.
Damn it, Kim! You've used up all the budget.
Didn't you say
Now
you
what we've got
were
left?
like a Decabulus, like a Korean goblin?
I'm culturally Italian.
The cube on Gordian's head spins, processing that information.
Is
Okay.
anybody else surprised that we're alive right now?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, most days are kind of like this. Dash. It's pretty laid back, honestly. Giant robots.
I'm
Magic.
normally in the
Dimensional
vibe of
travel.
having like 4 HP, but it seems that doesn't seem to matter right now.
Hold on. I'm going to make a light. And I'm going to cast a spell using some glow-in-the-dark D6.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And these are also bigger than normal.
Big.
So
Ooh.
they're going to be extra chaotic. And again, they're pipped, so I get to roll 2. That is a 1 and a 2, which...
A success
Okay.
and a failure, but it's
Yeah,
pretty
something
big.
good happens in line with my intent, and something bad happens, and also it dramatically backfires. I've had some incredible luck so far. I think the good thing that happens is that we find out that we are not in hell or in, purgatory, but we are in the, oh man, actually, yeah. So Angelica, uses the, light orbs on her throat, puts her hands to them, and then throws her hands out to cast the light everywhere, and I think you can see that we seem to be in a dungeon again, except this dungeon is... Oh man, this dungeon is not like the other dungeon. The other dungeon was like techie and, you know, high resolution. This dungeon is definitely not high resolution. This is a real PS1 ass dungeon. And given how many bad things happened, I think it is, you know, as we're all kind of looking around like, what is this? I'm realizing this session is we're getting chased by a lot of big things. But hey Nathan, do you remember in Galaxy Galleria that big virus that was stalking the players?
Oh, Nightmare, who is like a pro gamer in another country, actually.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, yeah, we see in the corner of our vision, like little alerts of like, Angelica has entered the game, Gordian has entered the game, Kim has entered the game. This is starting to sound more like Saw the more I describe it.
So
and
the heads-up
then
display.
yeah, exactly. And then Nightmare has entered the game.
Whoa, pause on that, Thursdash. What was that one? That one's probably important.
Yeah, I don't recognize that. Are any of you Nightmare? Do any of you know a Nightmare?
I'm a dream come true, baby.
I've been called worse.
You. Thud. Thud. My kill-death ratio today has been amazing. I'm on a roll, baby. And there's just a big axe swing through the air, just entirely just deleting a wall. It doesn't even take like impact, it's just gone.
Okay, let's reflexively go for throwing a spell then. I shall remove the Killer Roman dice, because that has had it. As much as I was tempted to roll it for every dice I rolled this evening. Let's go for the fantastic vomit-coloured D8. And we get an 8. Wonderful.
An
So
eight.
that
Is that the highest result on that?
that is the highest result on that, so something has gone spectacularly wrong.
You
Oh,
do
no,
exert extreme power. What element was that? You said that was a brown die?
It's more yellow, to be honest.
Oh, okay, so electricity. Ooh.
Okay.
Did you just put a buff? Did you just give this thing elec +2?
So during this moment, as Dash sort of steps back, throws her hands outwards, drawing in energy and then firing it, and this huge electrified pulse towards it, possibly with a shout of "Unlimited power!" And then
Oh, yes.
shaking her hand slightly, and then I didn't kill it. It looks faster.
Well, I tend to find that if you can't hit something accurately, you just need to hit everything. All right. We are going to use a large
Angelica
red
points at
die.
herself.
It's
Oh, boy.
picked, so we can use dice fusion to use a metal die.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is a promo dice from Culdicept Revolt for the 3DS. I have never
that is
really
great.
rolled it because metal dice are usually desk destroyers. I'm glad I have many mats here.
Ooh, and this one doesn't have a 6 on it, so you have a better chance of getting a good result.
All right, let's go. Oh no, I got a 6 anyway. So it is extra big, so it's a chaotic fireball with extreme power. But something bad happens. But we did get a 3 on a metal, so something good happens. What I think is that all of Gordian unfolds and reshapes itself into like a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 looking ass beam super. with and kind of like manages to get themselves in front of the three of you. And there's a really specific sound effect in like the old school like Genesis Sonic games where there's like a beam that's fired and it goes. There's like that kind of particular sound effect. And it's definitely a big incinerating beam. It fills the corridor. The searing heat, even in the back side of this, is still something that you can feel. But the beam is going on like too long, and Gordian doesn't have excellent grip on the floor, so is starting to move backwards with the sheer like opposite force of this fire beam.
Oh my god. You
Just
feel,
like starting to tilt upwards with it.
you like as you fear losing control of your beam, you suddenly feel two hands wrap around your waist. But then you realize that because Kim is so short, he just kind of like jumped up and is not actually stabilizing you. In fact, he's just pulling you down faster.
I think this is like currently raining. The good news is that I think this did like 12 damage to Nightmare and knocked them back a range band. So they're currently, good news is we don't have to worry about them for a while. The bad news is that I think this is raining down like molten digital fire everywhere. We are getting some real like doom fire textures that are falling everywhere.
I can't seem to turn this off. Help?
Point it that way. Point it now.
Well, you're gonna have to do something to tilt me.
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead. You first.
I would love to hop into the air and basically do a pirouette in the air, pose, camera, and then about like 2/3 through my arc, land a kick on the tip of the cannon to like send it thudding back down into the ground as it's finishing. And I'm going to use one of my promotional maximum fun dice, which is blue with white embellishments, and the 6 is a rocket. So once again, I have a better chance of not running into that. So let's... I got a 1. Okay, so that means it is good, backfires. The text is embellished so that the magic is extra flashy. And I think that is... So...
Sorry. Do you do like a Bayonetta, like a climax move on Gordian?
I think I beat the shit out of Gordian! God. Oh no. Yeah, it's like tried to do, just a single kick, and I'm like, and it did nothing, and I'm like, 3, I do like a Chun-Li, set of kicks. Not enough. I knock it down like, 1 degree, as like molten fire going everywhere. And I go, I'm sorry, Gordian, but just this once, I have to go all out.
Go!
Absolutely, like calls to the heavens to summon let's see, what were they called in that Mystic Lily session? Was it the croupier? One that if they caught you would die?
Distressing little kid with a little like butterfly mask, yes. The croupier.
Yeah, basically, oh wait, no, but the one that we had to run from in tag.
Oh my gosh. I think it's it. He's it.
Yes, so having cleared that session, I unlocked it as as an assist move. So I go, it is your time. And we see this big like refrigerator of a goblin waiter basically fall out of this. Honestly, I'm getting Wario in a suit and a scarier face, just like elbow dropping from a hole that was seared into the ceiling as it falls onto Gordian, and there is a stock nuclear explosions image.
Oh,
If I may, if I may.
I think on impact, like, rather than there being an explosion, the screen like slices in half and shifts slightly. And can you cut the music for a second?
Yeah.
It just goes, tag, you're it. And then the entire screen like rips in half.
Oh my god, we got like a screen shatter limit break.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see? Do we like genre switch again?
Oh, good question.
Also, I wanted
think
to check how you want to go for time in terms of how long you want this to run. Because
Good
the
point.
way this is structured runs theoretically indefinitely, but I don't know if you have like an end point in mind.
I think, let's see. I think we could probably wrap this up in like half an hour. Cast the Dice is a quick game, and
Do you want to power
we've
through for the last half an hour then?
let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. Actually, you know what? If we could take a break, I could really stand to hit the little bird's room, and may also be good to rehydrate because, of course, it's the curse of saying, "Oh, I'm sure we'll wrap up in half an hour. Easy, no problem."
Yeah,
And
no,
then
very
events
sensible.
transpire.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, in that case, we'll see y'all back here in half an hour. We'll see you back here in 5 minutes. Thank you. Don't
That's
leave.
less.
Don't leave me. We'll see you in 5. And we are back. Thank you everybody for waiting while we made sure that everything was nicely in order. I was also sorting out credits bits and pieces, which we'll show at the end of the stream. But oh my gosh, what? I can't help but feel slightly self-indulgent in revisiting all the cool setting stuff that we've done on stream before. But I feel blessed that I have been given the opportunity to do that with this game. So I'm very, very happy.
Oh, absolutely. It's been fun going back to places that are familiar to me and places that where I wasn't a player and I get to be like, oh, meat robots, fun.
It was a very good one shot. You should definitely check those out. You can find, hey, if y'all listening to this don't know where you can go and find all of the cool one-shots that we have done in the past, because looking through Twitch archives is a bit of a bastard, but fortunately you can go to youtube.com/theneoncaster and find all of the one-shots there in fabulous playlist format, so it is easy for you to go check them out. Also give us a subscribe while you're at it. I'll be mirroring all of these sessions onto YouTube over the next couple of days as well, so you can catch the VODs of any of Phantom Arts Fest that you might have missed. And with that surprise bit of promo that I wasn't expecting to do out the way, let's get back to Chaos. Also, thank you for the follow from the Vision.
Yeah, I think we return to seeing that the croupier, or not the croupier, seeing it's tag, you're it, and then like KO appear on the screen as we kind of pull back from that and see that this is just on the screen of an arcade machine in a spooky mall. As the four of us are suddenly standing around this arcade machine. Ooh. What was that?
It's third strike. Don't worry about it.
Very good.
Sure. Dash will have an immediate look round the area, looking a little bit tired. It's like, wow, these first 3 rooms of this mall are fantastically well rendered. I wonder what's to go afterwards.
Wait, you're telling me that was all just a game? Is that all our lives are? No, we're out of the game now. Look, the game's still there and we're out here, so...
This is better, I must say. I mean, I've seen abandoned malls before, but they usually look a bit more dilapidated than this one.
This is
It's
a
just
lot
closed.
This is a lot bigger than the market Dash is used to. It's like some sort of supermarket.
No more than that. You have no idea what these things can be stocking. And we kind of like wander out of the kids' zone.
Oh my
multiple
god, look,
Zeds.
they've got toy!
Oh my god, they have toy? Shit.
They have toy!
We all toys were destroyed after the great toy removal. In my time, just pressed up against the glass of this toy shop.
We get an emotional flashback of Angelica when she was a child being handed a box that says toy on it in all caps as her eyes are all glitter. And then as she was taken to more and more like child talent practices as she went through Hollywoodification, we just see a shot of her looking back with tears in her eyes at the box of toy sitting in the garbage.
Man, this one even has feature. Damn.
Oh my god, mine had feature too.
Should
Maybe
we
I
steal?
am that innocent.
Fuck off. You ruined it. No. I think Gordian is going to try and steal toy from this kind of like a shop display. I'm going to use
Absolutely.
This purple like synthwave dice since purple is gravity.
Well, that's very nice, actually.
5. It's an odd number,
Hey,
so it
hell
goes
yeah.
well. Yeah.
I love how you've managed to purchase these non-fuzzy dice. High resolution dice all for the way forward.
Love to have, well, you know, sometimes making this camera actually focus is already a nightmare, but it's playing ball today. Yeah, there is like as the cube of Gordian's head starts spinning and this like purple glowing energy surrounds Toy, its form unknowable to all except those who truly understand Toy. As it like floats in the air from the display and then with a rushing like whoosh just bursts through the glass.
Picturing you don't even like, you're not even holding it, it just like flies into you and disappears as you get a little like toy added to inventory.
What happens? What sound does it make if you pull the little ring on the back?
Oh, it plays the jingle. It's Toy.
It's Toy from the 90s kids cartoon commercial. Toy. Battle your friends on the playground during recess with Toy.
You can do that and all sorts of things. You can even connect it up to the internet, but although I don't recommend it, don't do that.
Terrorize your sister with Toy.
Eat
Oh.
toy.
Eat me.
Dash's family was too poor for toy. All Dash had was coal and butter, and then got slapped for making mess.
Oh, I'm glad we all have a deep connection with toy in some fashion or another. I feel like this really brought us together as a family.
I was expecting you to say you brought us all together as a toy, but this is better. this is much considerably more comfortable.
A dark stare emanates from Kim as he looks at Toy being.
Oh, do you want one too?
Not me. But there's a kid for me waiting back home who could really use something like that, Gordian.
Oh, do you want my toy? Well, I suppose I can. Like, fully hand phases into chest as Gordian rummages around in his inventory for toy.
This happens, and we just see in the background Angelica is holding like seven boxed toys.
How about that one? I was ready to kill for it, but thank you.
No
You're very
problem.
polite.
The fact that I got to hold one in my inventory again brought me a lot of joy that will be stored in my memory banks for millennia to come.
That's how it goes with toys, isn't it? It's like the touch of the memories of children and the future and the past. Just pure joy from Toy.
and this is why I said we might not wrap up in half an hour. So, Angelica, who now has the 7 boxed toys, kind of like just floating around her.
Like the Chaos Emeralds, good god.
Exactly, like the Chaos Emeralds, just as powerful. All right, well, listen, I'm sure we're here for a good reason, and we finally don't have something chasing after us, so maybe we should take a look through this vaguely spooky and oddly nostalgic mall.
The
I don't know,
sign says here it is a Evergreen Prosperity Mall, which is kind of just word salad, to be honest with you.
Meanwhile, Angelica's like, yes, evergreen prosperity. I really resonate with this concept.
We can actually
Also-
see in the distance, like it seems to be almost a large circular space. And what's filling the void in the middle is just a huge fuck-off roller coaster indoors.
Right.
Oh my god.
That's not going to get up and chase us, is it?
Oh, but
Not
it starts
maybe.
moving. Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
It whirs into life
Not again.
as like... oh, yeah, it goes round and one of the loops goes surprisingly close to where we're standing in the kids' zone. And there are like ghosts or holograms on this thing. Just kind of riding around, expression completely flat.
This can't be safe for kids.
Dash will probably scream ghosts and immediately be up on someone's shoulder at this point. We'll go for
Pulling the whole-
Gordian, because Gordian's not been climbed on too much.
Pulling the whole like Scooby-Doo hopping in their arms.
Yoinks!
As you land on my shoulders, the cube slits slightly askew as you're leaning on it. Hey, watch the merchandise.
Ah, yes, Cube Askew, another system that may be featured on this channel in the future.
Cubes akimbo.
Does somebody want to do something about the roller coaster? Does anything need to be done about the roller coaster?
Yeah, I want to get on this thing. And I'm going to see if I can cast a spell to board the roller coaster. Let's see. I should probably...
What element is a
orange?
teleport spell?
I could see wind being used. Ooh, actually, purple for gravity. And I have a... Okay. Oh, man. I'm going to pick the D20 because I don't want a 1. As you can see, I've brought out the dice that I've rolled so far, and half of them have been 1s.
Been some good rolling.
So I'm going to try to not do that this time. My luck has just... It's like 4 1s, 2 even numbers, and a 5. I've gotten 1 good result so far. So surely this will not backfire, as this is purple, and it's glittery, so I get the bonus element of money. So my ticket is paid for. I got an 8, which is an
Bad.
even number, so it sucks. God damn it. Oh man, I think something bad happens is not surprising with this, considering how I tried to basically like gravity bounce myself into a roller coaster that was already moving, and now I'm clinging to the back of the roller coaster as it is flying around. Okay, I'm sorry, this is embarrassing.
The money element,
please.
the money element comes into play because sonic rings fly out of you.
Yeah.
I think I shall have a reach into my dice bag and pick something at random to see if I can find an element that'll assist with banishing the ghosts and
Ooh,
freeing Angela from
respect.
there again. Let's have a feel. That's a D20. Let's go with that. That is a black D20. So let's see what that gets me.
Darkness.
That will get me a 10.
Bad.
That's also bad. So everything's now plunged into darkness.
Okay, I'm also gonna cast spell. I'm gonna use my trusty elf die. and I'm going to, let's see, there's red, blue, and green and white on this. This is a very multifaceted die. I think I want to use um white for this, illusions.
Mm-hmm.
What are ghosts if not illusions?
That's a 1.
It works, but it's bad for you.
And this
Not
is in
again.
this is in the pitch black darkness. Please tell me what this looks like.
Has anyone here played Dark Souls 3?
No.
Okay, that's totally fine. There is a boss fight where you are in a pitch black room, and then you like go towards a shiny item and you pick it up, and then the area around you illuminates a little bit, and you're looking at a giant fucking skeleton about to smash you. So, I think like as the roller coaster like is taking Angelica somewhere away in the darkness, like the rest of us, Gordy and Dash and Kim, we kind of like scurry backwards trying to like find a wall, and we do find something to hold on to, and that will lead us, you know, to like direct us in this darkness. And then we realize like, hey, this is not a wall, this is not even stone, it feels more like bone. Wait a minute. And then we look up and we just see a giant fucking skeleton looking down at us.
Oh, God.
I've seen this kind of roller coaster before. A haunted house roller coaster at the same time. Well, that don't scare me.
Dash has got her eyes fully closed, even in the pitch black, and will be chanting, somewhere else, too many ghosts, too many skeletons, don't like it, more demons, less ghosts.
We're gonna use a tiny pipped purple die for gravity. And because it's pipped, we're gonna do dice fusion to my other metal d6. With the intent of using gravity and control over metal to essentially reshape the roller coaster to direct us out of here and smash directly through the skeleton.
I was hoping you were going to do that. And because the die is small, the magic is subtle, which is probably good.
Ooh! Well, it works and it doesn't, because I go both an even and an odd. Yeah, okay, I think that makes sense. There is a number of calculations we established before that because Gordian doesn't have eyes. They use a whole bunch of various sensors to kind of detect their environment. And Angelica would be passing us in 3, 2, 1. And it just bends round. You feel the G-force of the rail like shifting under you, almost doing the full 180. Is absolutely gut-wrenching, Angelica, as the
My goodness.
Roller coaster car passes us. Gordian already has Dash sitting on her and grabs Kim as he grabs then the side of the roller coaster car, and all of us are wrenched at high speed forward directly into the skeleton. The skeleton opens its mouth and there's this void on the other side as the roller coaster car gets faster and faster as it speeds towards the void.
Whoa!
Proper whoa moment. Like it's
Whoa.
Like it's a kid's like
kids
it's a
animated movie. Yeah.
Okay, and I think in the process of doing this, we may end up in our final destination.
I love those movies.
Oh geez, actually, okay, hold on. Question. While we're in this void, do you use the key to get us out of this void?
Oh my god. Yes. We have like a proper Kingdom Hearts moment where Gordian points the key at the void and says, let your heart be your guiding key. As like a big burst of light explodes from the key and aligns straight forward to a portal, like a keyhole portal opens up. The key disintegrates from the sheer G-force of our movement forward.
Yeah. Yeah, Sans comes down and comments on the key being destroyed.
As we are flung through the keyhole into the last location, a sunny seaside city. Nobody knows quite where in the world it is. Some people have tried to determine where it is via its currency system, the yen sterling. But ultimately, even though we don't know where in the world it is, we do know that it is the city of Jungsberg.
Home sweet home. Hey, you mind if we stop by a house? I gotta feed my kid.
Wait, you actually know this place?
Oh yeah, this is where dreams come true, and sometimes that's bad.
Well, at least one of us gets home today.
I mean, if dreams come true here, we can do the whole no place like home kind of thing.
Well, the thing is, I'm suspecting that someone's dream here is really strong and is pulling us into a living nightmare.
I mean, I'll be honest, says Dash. This place does look sort of clean, modern. There's actually a sun, we'll say, presumably looking at Gordian, who's in a similar situation as she is, and sort of thing. I mean, unfortunately, I've got friends waiting for me, so I should probably go back. But
Yeah, maybe it would be nice to kind of start over in a world that isn't all burned out. But I don't.
What the
think
hell are you all talking about? I have fans to get to.
Oh well.
I fought hard for my fame, and I'm. I mean, I guess I could reestablish the perils of being a pop star.
I mean, you got those sweet cat ear headphones now. I mean, those will probably cause quite a stir.
Oh God, I thought I had really hoped those had gotten ripped off in transit.
oh, you're a bard. Sorry, I've been trying to work that out all day, says it.
Oh, which actually I multi-class.
Fellow witch, where's your hat?
Where I think
Angelica
Gordian
points
turns to you, genuinely like, so if you are a witch, where is your hat? I thought they were all supposed to have hats.
Angelica, unamused, points to the cat ear headphones.
I suppose that counts as a push.
Yeah,
unorthodox, but
no,
I think I can get that to slide.
Modern times, Dash. Modern times.
Scary times.
Listen, if this is all the result of somebody having a dream that they dreamt into how many times can I fit a dream into this sentence? If this is all cooked up in some sick puppy's head, I guess we better find them and, I guess, work our way out.
I don't suppose that you four are the new protagonists we were looking for?
Hey, it's these folks. Hey, how you been?
Yes, it's Clematis. Please try your best to actually remember my name. My twin is predisposed with other matters. Trying to do voice acting 3 people at once didn't really seem within Nathan's remit, so...
I tried.
I barely caught your name, Clamato. I'm not going to be getting someone else's name, too.
Clematis. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you 4 have turned out to be pretty apt as protagonists. Maybe a little chaotic, but you seem to have a better mastery over the metaphysical than some of the other. They wave their hand in a je ne sais quoi kind of way. Chuckle fucks we've worked with in the past, so you 4 might do.
Oh, that's nice to hear, Clamara. We're absolute professionals.
Clematis.
Am I being scouted right now?
Oh, yes. No, that's a great way of putting it. In fact, and they kind of like open their palm and a large kind of tarot card manifests in it. The sun would be ideal for you, actually. All about revealing truth, brightness, creativity.
I've typically found truth to be ugly, but the rest of it
As I
sounds
say, a
nice.
perfect fit for you.
I think
Ooh, bird.
Angelica like walks forward and does like the, kind of like, the sneer that's like, "Oh, aren't you clever?" And yanks it out of your hand. Fine, I'm guessing I'm not getting another way out of here if this is. Oh man, I didn't expect we'd be crossing over with a talent agency during this. I thought that was out of project scope.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think at this point, if we were to actually go start a talent agency again, they'd have to be done at gunpoint. But hey, procrastination is a bastard, isn't it?
Ooh, let me pick a card.
Ooh, yes. What would be in? Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna have to do this, aren't we? We're just gonna have to do this instead. We're just gonna have to do. We're just gonna have to fucking do this instead.
They say screaming like, again with that
go.
fucking tarot!
Let's go. 3-card reading for you assholes. Let's go. It never ends.
The end is never the end.
The wild ride continues.
Jesus Christ. Okay. It's been a while. I'm rusty. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best.
If it's any relief, I think I don't need a reading. I have a card in mind.
I think this is happening anyway, but do have a suggestion. You're technically already the hanged man, but
Oh, I mean, can I be the hanged man, but it's depicted as a raccoon stuck upside down in the trash can?
that makes sense.
What does this mean?
Yes. Well, your logos, your actual kind of like the person that imagined you.
Yeah, going cricket.
Yeah, Goin is the hanged man. But since you are so interested in being your own goblin, I figure we can assign you something new.
Yeah, no, it's more like, I'm cool sticking with going, but there's something else, some other force. His name starts with an R, ends with Uben. Yeah, really wants this to work.
All right, so why don't you go give me a number?
69.
Ooh, we'll go with 6.
I
Come
die.
on, just
No, just
smiles.
Kim dies.
All right. Central card. All right. Dashia Locklear, wasn't it?
Yes, I'll go for 3.
3.
I
To
thought you...
immediately produce a pen and write her name across it.
Mine.
What he's going to do, he's going to make it disappear now, and
It
it'll
like
appear somewhere else.
it works, but the ink is almost like a millimeter suspended from the surface.
Ooh.
Like the card moves and the text moves with it, but it doesn't quite touch.
38.
And while I figured that you would be an ideal target for the sun, maybe there is something a little bit more important for you, Angelica. Give me a number.
1. It seems to be my number today.
Oh, it is
Quite
indeed.
fitting.
Okay.
I'm
So
glad
we're going
someone agrees I'm number 1.
Well, when a 10 is speaking, smile.
Angelica, thinks about ripping the card that she's currently holding.
We're gonna be. Can we get some fortune telling jams, please?
Yeah,
Looks to the sky.
Indeed, I'm looking.
I saw you rolling that. Hey, that isn't a dice.
No, it's Kirby fell.
Nice. That was definitely.
He fell over. It's okay. Look, I'll punish him.
No.
Oh. It's just a tiny creature. Oh no.
Kirby is dead.
Oh, of course. Here we go.
Jam secured. Jam located.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this should work if this is what I think it is.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So first, we're going to be looking at the present. This is a 3-card spread, after all. The card in the middle representing Kim. This is the circumstance that we, I suppose, currently find ourselves in as Smile storytellers. We have the 10 of Swords. Oh gosh, that is not what I know. It has been a hot second since I
Oh
did
shit, I
this.
get 10 swords? Hell yeah!
Must mean you're the hero of the piece.
You got toy and 10 swords. Oh.
I'm getting
Mom, how
twisted
come
on
he gets
swords.
10 swords?
I'm getting absolutely twizzy on swords.
Oh, interesting. Paranoia made real, betrayal, and self-destructive behavior.
Baby, that's the name of the game.
Yes.
ask any of my
I would
exes.
definitely say a goblin like you is the living embodiment of self-destructive behavior, but it's not just you that's out there, right? Your carefree nature does lay low your closest ally and friend.
Nah, that
There's like an actual kind of shock to the suggestion. Like, wait, who do I care most about the most? It's Goin. No, not Goin. He's a good kid.
is a good. No, it never.
He is a good kid, but don't you feel that sometimes your actions might be putting them in peril from time to time unnecessarily?
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta toughen him to keep the kid up. He wants to be a wrestler, you know?
Well, just make sure you don't push the people that you love too far, lest you push them away from you, right?
Oh God, Margaret, my wife.
Oh gosh, there's more of you, huh? Moving on. Looking to the past. I think, well, your general attire, gesturing towards Dash, suggests that you might be from a period of time immemorial. Let's see what that says. Justice. Well, you don't come across as the kind of person that's especially just.
Dash will shrug it slightly and go, okay, no, that fits, she'll say with a nod. Now where are you going to produce it from? Or hide it?
Oh, well, actually, we've had a protagonist of justice in the past previously. They really wanted to be a cop, which,
Boo.
yeah, I'm not quite sure if that fits your vibe necessarily. But,
No, Dash is usually running from such things rather than being such things. I think your deck might not like Dash.
Gosh, well, it's I'm glad that there are people that do like you and look after you, even if they aren't necessarily by your side at the moment. Although I suppose in the place that you come from, whether there is much justice available to you and your compatriots is quite thin on the ground, you might have to seize that for yourself instead.
Dash gives a very wide smile and says, oh, we get on quite well. We do well by ourselves.
Just be aware that if you do become the powers that be, there are people always interested in overthrowing the powers that be. Alright, moving on to you, Ms. Dagger. The future. You are always looking up at the stars, hoping to reach there one day. The 7 of Swords.
He'll nudge Kim, going, you got more swords than she did.
Looking at the stars, hoping to join them. I've done my time and I've paid my gallon of blood. I'm already there.
Ah, yes, you have managed to sacrifice quite a few on your way to stardom. I guess you don't regret it. You couldn't, right?
If I regretted it, what?
I mean,
That would be useless.
once you've
There'd
reached
be
the
no
top,
point.
what do you want to do after you've reached the top? After you've removed all other witches that stand in your way, what's left?
What's left? I soak in the adoration of the masses. The people love me. They shower me with praise and money. And then, I get to, once I've really cemented my career at the top, I get to kick back for a very long time.
Well, here's hoping. I do hear that the entertainment industry is incredibly fickle these days. Stage performers tend to not see much in the spotlight when people are always looking down at their phones instead.
I will find ways to make them look.
Have you ever considered TikTok, Angelica Dagger?
Oh, you are evil. Tell me more. And Angelica, for the first time, smiles at you, getting. I think this is the first the first comment you've made to Angelica that is not a slight.
Deftly, the cards are removed from the table. They're not even on the table. They just like floated in the air as that entire kind of conversation went on. And you feel a weight, like in your pockets or what have you. And there's a card sitting there, a card that, if invoked, could change your story however you see fit, though there might be consequences. Have fun. Do come back to Jungsberg again if you're interested in being the hero of your own story for a while.
Can we get God, what's their name again? I'm so sorry.
Clematis.
Clematis. As Clematis disappears with like a screen wipe, you hear a voiceover going, Arcana Core.
Arcana Core. Hell yeah.
Oh, very good.
Gordian, who has been like staring off at the ocean for like the last 15 minutes. Oh, are they gone? I guess I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that.
Oh, you didn't get one.
Get what?
It's all right.
No, trust me. I'm looking at you. You seem like you've got plenty enough going for you.
It's all right, Gordian. I picked his pocket. Here you go. Also passing a deck to you. Take any you want.
Oh shit. Well, let's see here. What we got?
And I think like the screen slowly, very gradually starts to fade out from there, as we get a see this crew in Arcana Core 3.
Oh no. Somewhere in the background, what character would actively protest about this?
Yeah.
The Tenshi unit shows up being like, absolutely not. I will not be worn like clothing again.
Yeah, we got, what was our handler called again?
Oh, Agent Fields.
Agent Fields. Like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah,
I'm not hanging out with this goblin.
Looking after 4 children was enough. I definitely can't look after anymore.
I'm retired. I'm living with my sexy husband now off the coast of this uninhabited island.
Oh, they've actually settled down on the Elysium Island instead. There's a nice little home overlooking like the tennis courts or whatever there. Agent Fields has now taken up tennis.
Oh my god, tennis where for some reason, like whenever you play tennis on those courts, you just want to scheme.
The scheming courts.
The scheming courts, indeed.
Ah, man, those courts really are packed. And I think...
and sorry, it just crossed my mind. I don't think I was smart enough at the time to realize that entire boss fight started on a tennis court and then went to like a legal court is its alternate world. I don't think that
Ah,
parallel actually crossed my mind at the time. I'm dumb as fuck. God, how do I run a tabletop RPG?
No,
How does anybody
no.
do this?
We
okay.
Nathan, we take those. We take those. That's the stroke of subconscious genius.
Genius,
That is
exactly.
Jungian.
All right, we'll take those. But on
before
that
we
note,
yes, before we get too lost, I have one final die roll to do.
okay.
As I am going to roll a glittery. Where is it? Here we go. A glittery. Oh, this one isn't too glittery. That's fine.
We
Glittery
believe you.
black D20 that since this screen is currently caked in darkness, it's glittery because I want to find out how much money Angelica is making for this contract for Arcana Core 3. And we get a 15.
Ooh.
It's an odd number, so it works.
It's an odd number, so it's good. And yeah, Angelica goes, oh man, they've really upped the pay for these streaming gigs.
Arcana Core entirely played
Have
out.
they indeed?
And
Core
with
entirely played out on TikTok.
yes, God, oh my God, it's like Tubi all over again. And I think with that is the end of the session.
Hey, excellent. Snaps, everybody, snaps.
Woo!
Oh man, what a truly chaotic and silly time.
Wait,
Mhm.
hold on. Sorry, I have one more dice roll to make.
Yeah.
You roll Kirby. Hey, this isn't a die. You perish immediately.
That is in fact a rule in Cast the Dice. If you roll something that is not a die, your character dies immediately.
I mean, it is pink, so you do cast a love spell before you die.
True. The power of love kills you.
I sacrifice myself, my being, my gestalt, to make everyone watching like, favorite, and subscribe to the Me and Caster on Twitch and YouTube.
Good call. Hey, gosh. Hold on, let me go back to the opening. This was incredibly self-indulgent, and I loved every fucking second.
Yep, that was amazing.
Yeah.
It's a good level of mania and anarchy. It's good to have a silly session.
You know, before we go back to the horror and sadness of the rest of the shows of our set. Look at this.
Gotta give people a break.
Oh yeah, isn't tomorrow the day of misery, or is today? Oh, there's also misery this evening as
There's
well.
also
isn't there?
misery this evening. We have some Delta Green going on after this show. But before we go and do that, let's just go over the credits real quickly because I did get to show them. Whoops, that's not that. We did get to show them at the start of the stream. We also have music credits. They're a little small on the screen. We can make these big. Will is astounding at using Mix to get the good jams going. Always impressed. So thank you very much for putting the jams
Absolutely.
together for this stream as well.
Also, at the end there, slipped in a track from Bayonetta and the title beach sound effects from Hey Loser, Get in a Car. Maybe good to slide the crop that a bit so we can see the rest of the credits.
Yeah.
Neat.
Just scrolling.
Sneaking in my Library of Runa stuff, which will be played excessively on loop. In
Yeah,
with that.
I'll work out the best way to make that happen for you tomorrow. Hold on.
Oh, I think we'll be all right. I think we can. Hopefully, TTS will behave. I'm sure.
There'll be some time for me to kind of work on those bits and pieces on the time coming up. There's still tech to solve, folks tuning in. There are still streams going on. In fact, we can go and show what those streams are. So we just had our session of Cast the Dice, but at 10 p.m. British summertime, 5 p.m. Eastern, we'll have Delta Green, run by Juicy Garland, some straight up investigative Cthulhu horror. And then on Sunday at 2 p.m. British Standard Time, summertime, 9 a.m. Eastern, we have Ruben running the new Crack of Bone in Heart.
Hell yeah, baby. Have you ever wondered what Bloodborne meets Darkest Dungeon meets a fair bit of body horror is like. And also, if you enjoy Clive Barker, you're gonna want to tune in for my thing.
Following that, 2 never-before-seen tabletop RPGs at 6 p.m. And then 1 p.m. Eastern, we have Tom, who you've just been listening to, running Stories of the Singularity, an OSR deck builder inspired by games like Library of Ruin.
Soon to be in all innocuous stores for a gratuitous amount of money for VR viewing purchases.
And then wrapping up Sunday at 10 p.m. British time, 5 p.m. Eastern, we have Red Mage Ray of Friends Who Roll Dice running Synthesis, a not so much hack of Powered by the Apocalypse as abstract sculpture made by Power of the Apocalypse. It's very, very interesting. So please do look out for all of those shows tomorrow. And the one going on in an hour and a half or so. So we hope to go see you then. Yeah. We'll see you all at 10. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, could I give some sign-off stuff?
Oh yes, we didn't actually do that. My bad. Please do.
Nope. Okay, well, thank you all for coming. I am at Raphael on Twitter if you're not already following me, and if you oops, just muted myself trying to copy the thing. If you listened to this and thought, hey, I think this game, Cast the Dice, sounds like a romp, I would like to pick it up to play with my friends, you can do that at the link I just put in chat. And if you own the game or you think it looks cool, you can drop a rating on itch, because in one more rating, I'm gonna put 5 more community copies in the pool. So if one person gives Cast the Dice a star rating, there's gonna be 5 free copies in there. So by all means,
people could enjoy this fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with that, please do give our fabulous GM support in such a manner. And we will see you in an hour and a half for Delta Green. But until then, farewell.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.